Hello everyone, I Sushant Sahu, teacher in social studies, on the behalf of Odisha Adarsh Vidyalaya Sangathan, Bhubaneswar, I welcome you all to the video series of class 10, and this is the portion Political Science. We are continuing chapter number 8, the 8th chapter, it is Challenges to Democracy. Part 1 we have already completed, this is part 2. So let us start the portion. So today we will discuss about main three key points, because first 3 points of part 1 we have already discussed. Today also more 3 points. Point number 1, it says that different types of challenges. Point 2 says that thinking about political reforms. Point 3 speaks redefining democracy. So these 3 points we will discuss today in our video. Okay, the first one, different types of challenges. Let us move towards that. Well, different types of challenges. Challenges, the meaning of challenges we have already read in the part 1. That challenges doesn't mean that the problem or the hurdle that should be overcome. Challenges should be overcome, which will lead us towards progress. Alright. So first one, it is constitutional design. It means that in order to frame a constitution, it is not an easy task. So for a good constitution, for an effective constitution, the constitution which will be for the favorable of the public, that need to be taken care of very seriously while framing it. Then democratic rights. It means the rights which have been given or which will be given to the public, that should be preserved, that should be protected, for which no one will violate it. Point 3, working of institutions. The different political institutions at different levels, that may be national level, state level, as well as local level, that should be functionized properly. It means it is a challenge that should be taken care of. Then election. Election should be free and fair. Free, it means corruption free. Fair, it means there should not be any bias. There should not be the political groups, they will not follow any dirty tricks in order to win in the election or come to power. Next, federalism, decentralization. It means while we'll have a federal country, power is distributed among different levels and different organs of the government. And the decentralization, it means power is distributed. So here the power should be utilized by the different levels of government, for which it will lead to the progress of the country as a whole. Then accommodation of diversity. As India is a country of different backgrounds of people, different culture of people, different languages. So this diversity accommodation, it means you have to fix it, you have to make them avail all the facilities or opportunity as per their requirement. It means diversity should be taken care of. Then political organizations. It means whatever political organizations are there, they should not only think about their group development or their party development, they should look after the ultimate development of the whole nation. So these are the challenges that need to be brought some reforms, some changes for the development of the nation. Okay, next we'll go for some of the challenges. We'll give some examples and the reason for preference. The first challenge, women's participation in the legislature. Means the participation of women in legislature. Women constitute half of the population but do not have proportionate representation in the legislature. This is the example. It is the challenge. Women should be given share in the power so that atrocities on them could be checked effectively. It means women should be given freedom to be involved in the decision making process, whatever seats has been reserved for them. Point 2 says that corruption among government officials. Example, bribe has become an acceptable norm for completion of a work. Definitely when you go for any work, in order to get the work to be done easily or quickly, we give bribe. That becomes a problem. So this weakens the functioning of the democracy. It means democracy fails here. If the public are ready to give bribe, then definitely they are also violating the rules. Point 3 speaks delayed justice. Sometimes justice is met after the death of the victims. It happens. If someone need to get justice, it becomes so late that after the death of the people, justice comes. This is a problem. This weakens the faith of the people on democracy. Definitely, the faith of the people on democracy, on the judicial system, it fails. This is a problem once again. Number 4, it is increasing poverty. It means poor are becoming more poor. The people, those who need to be focused, those who need to be bring upward for the main flow of the society, they are getting more poor. Most of the people of our country are fighting to meet their basic needs. Basic needs means food, cloth and shelter. These 3 things they are not getting in time. Then low literacy rate of women. It means the literacy rate of women, it is not increasing. Women literacy rate in our country, it is about 50%. So that is a matter of concern, that we should take care or utmost care to increase the literacy rate of the women section of people. They constitute half of our population. So large part of human resource is left either unused or underused. It means that this resource, women resource, is not utilized properly in our country. Okay. So now we'll think about political reforms. What key reforms can be brought for the upliftment of the country? Generally, all the suggestions or the proposals about the overcoming various challenges to democracy are called democratic reforms. It means that all the suggestions, all the changes which will help to overcome the challenges, to sort out the problems, to stop the hurdles, that becomes the political reform. So some of the key reforms, whatever we have, that key reforms it should be taken care of, and key reforms it should be kept in mind, that how it can be given, how it can be focused, that for which the people will be benefited out of it. Then key reforms. First one, independent anti-corruption commission. If we have one independent, it means it has full autonomy. That anti-corruption commission, in order to stop corruption, in order to limit corruption, this system should be there. Then empowered district and city governments. It means a lower level of government, the local government, they should be empowered, for which the local issues, the local problems can be sought out very easily, and it should be implemented effectively. Specialization and civil service reforms. Specialization in the sense, the whatever decision it has been decided for the public in the field of civil service reforms, that should be also taken, that should be taken very carefully, for which it will lead to the development of the public. Then National Judicial Commission, it is related to justice. The justice should not be delayed. Justice is delayed, is justice denied. It means the time, the duration, the quickest justice should be given. Then independent crime investigation. Whatever crime it is taking place in the country, in order to have an unbiased investigation, one independent crime investigation, it should be it should work so nicely, for which the faith of the public, it will be more and more on the government. Then proportional representation. Each community, that may be minority, that may be women section, that may be any caste portion, so they should have proportion. The representation should be proportional, for which they will not face any problem to represent their problems, their issues in front of the government. Then direct election and state and local levels. So direct election state and local levels, for which the public, the common people, they will able to represent, or they will able to elect their own leaders, their local leaders, for which they, whatever problem they will face, they will communicate to their local leaders, to their local available representatives. And this should be also focused very carefully from the ground level, it should be implemented. Alright. So now redefining democracy. How a democracy be redefined? First point, the rulers elected by the people must take all the major decisions. Definitely, it means all the rulers, those who are elected by the people directly, they should take all the major decisions, because they know what the need of the public is. Second point, elections must offer a choice and fair opportunity to people to change the current ruler. Definitely, it means time to time, from each interval, there should be fair choosing facility. Whoever the public feels like, they can choose that person or change their ruler. this choice, third point, this choice and opportunity should be available to all the people on equal basis. So this opportunity, this facility should be available to all section of people, all categories of people. Number 4, the existence of this choice must lead to a government limited by basic rules of constitutions and citizen rights. So the choice, it must lead to the government limited by basis. It means if the choice will be limited, or if the people will choose their own leaders as per their own choice, then definitely it will be effective, and the administrative system, the process of political system, this will be more effective. Then the second, beyond democratic rights. So here some of the democratic rights we will discuss. It is not only democratic rights, rather it is beyond of that. It is out of it. First point, we discussed democratic rights at length, and note that these rights are not limited to right to vote only. It is not that only political rights or democratic rights means right to vote or stand in the election or form political organizations. It is not that. It is a part of it. There are some rights, but out of these, some other rights are also, some other duties are also there for the public to be done. So these democratic rights, right to vote, right to stand in election, and form political organization, these are the basic. Besides that, we have taken up power sharing as a spirit of democracy. Power sharing should be there in a proportional manner, and discussed how power sharing between government and social groups is necessary in democracy. We have also discussed how power should be distributed among different levels of government, among different social groups in the country. We saw how democracy can't be brute rule of majority, and how respect for minority voice is necessary for democracy. We have also found that in democracy, majority is as accepted, but minority is respected, right? So minority people, they are not here discriminated or isolated or separated. Minority also, they are respected. Somehow majority preference should be given to the majority. At the same time, minority also, they will get respect. Their demands also will be fulfilled. Then part 2 of democratic rights. Our discussion of democracy has gone beyond the government and its activities. It means our discussion, it should not be only limited to pen and paper. It should be implemented in the root level, for which the common people, they will be benefited, and the local representatives, they look after their locally available people. Point 2 says that we discussed how eliminating discrimination based on caste, religion, and gender is important in a democracy. It means in order to have a successful democracy, we have to eliminate, we have to stop, we have to overcome, we have to finish the caste system, the religious division, or the quarrel, gender discrimination. That should be rooted out from the society for a good democracy or for a better democracy. Then finally, point number 3 says that we have had some discussion about some outcomes that one can expect from a democracy. It means the democracy should be such that the people, whatever they expect, that should be up to their mark. That should fulfill the need, the requirement of the common people. In this way, the public, they will be benefited in a greater manner. So dear viewers, this is all about the chapter. So after finishing the chapter, you may go through this mobile application in Play Store. 3 mobile applications I will talk about. This is the first one, Super MCQ. In this application, you will get the multiple choice questions chapter wise, and it will be very easier for you to have your self evaluation. Next, app number 2, Sushant QB. QB stands for question bank. Here we have 3 types of questions. 1 mark question. Here we can see the 3 mark question, also 5 mark questions. So these 3 types of questions are available for your practice. Then third number application, understanding concept. This is also available in Play Store. So understanding concept means all the important concepts, whatever we have discussed in this chapter, these are discussed. The meanings are also mentioned there for your better understanding. Alright. So dear viewers, this is all about the chapter. The 8th number chapter is over. Political science is completed. So I hope all of you have understood it. So once again, we'll meet if possible in some other parts of video. Till that, take care of your studies. Thank you all.